Weird noise. There you go. Weird Chewbacca noise. Hey, Buttercup. Hey, Brecca. Hey, Uncle Buck. Hey, Mike. Minute late. Yeah, I needed to refill my water. Hey, Aussie. So how's everyone? I need to clip my beard hairs. Got all sorts of scraggly beard hairs. I need to do some clipping soon. Hey, Megan. Do anything today? As usual? Of course not. Hey, Stephanie. What do I look like? The kind of guy who does things? Sounds awful. Doing things right? Doing things gross. Work remotely, so I don't do them most days. Oh, shit, I'm not even fucking working right now. That here's looking annoying to me. Whatever. Deal with it later. Happy birthday, Elvis. Hey, Shirley. I was unaware that it was Elvis's birthday. Good for him, I guess. Live and well in Idaho. I mean, I feel like even if he had faked his death at the time, it's been a long time. I feel like he'd probably be dead by now, regardless. Unless he's like a Highlander. Are you trying to suggest that Elvis is a Highlander? And if so, were there any clues in any of his songs? Don't even know what that is. Highlander? I mean, I never watched that movie, but Sean Connery movie, Immortal Scottish Swordsman. There can be only one. I think was the line. I think I watched it a long time ago. Once again, I don't remember shit. Oh, and I never watched it, but I'm aware of it. Hey, Shelley. Anyway, the point is, are you trying to suggest that Elvis was an immortal? And if so, did any of his songs have any hints about it? Hey, pause. Because I do feel like it would be pretty notable. Pretty big deal. Suggesting that people are done thinking he was alive all these years? Ah, I see. Well, okay then. Honestly, I kind of still like the idea that he's immortal. And truth be told, I don't think there's anybody who actually still believes that he's still alive. I feel like that conspiracy theory is. I feel like it's pretty much died, you know? People in Vegas do. Just like Tupac's still alive. Yeah, I mean, that one I think is still around, but not terribly common. I don't think that one's terribly common either. You know, like there's still some of it, but I feel like not a huge amount. That's the guy that said he was Billy the Kid. Never heard about that one. Nursing home. There's a documentary about his escapades called Bubba Hotep. So many women said they had his baby. Same with Sammy Davis Jr. Yeah, Hoteps. I've heard of Hoteps in general, not in a complimentary way. Not sure if they're related at all to Bubba Hotep. I'm not sure if like it comes from Bubba Hotep or not, or if the two terms have any relation to each other. But I have heard of Bubba Hotep. Never like read much about him, but I heard about him. Hey, Sandra. Just see you have her ear pierced. Um, she used to. I'm not. I don't think she's worn piercings in a long time. I had my oldest. I always said Garth Brooks was her dad. Well, that's just cruel, Uncle Buck. Making her believe that dude's her father? Ugh. Making anyone believe that he's her father? Ugh. Just feels cruel to me. on account that he sucks. He's an alleged serial killer. Who, Garth Brooks? I don't know. I have trouble believing that Garth Brooks could be a serial killer. That's my one. Nothing at the moment. Which is like before we ordered a pizza and she ran to the door saying, "My daddy's here, my daddy's here." Okay, yeah, that's pretty sad. That one's just sad. That said, I mean, depending on the porno, you know, maybe. Yeah, nah. I imagine most pornos with the pizza guy plot that they probably finish with a facial. I would assume. I don't know that I've ever actually watched a porn that has like, you know, a pizza man, a pizza guy, ranch dressing. Exactly. Anywho, we're only 20 minutes in and I'm already talking about porn. Gonna be one of those streams, I guess. Hey, Bella. You drink a cup of ranch dressing for $100,000. I don't know. I mean, I like, Ranch is good for like dipping vegetables in and all that, but to just eat it, I don't know. Or drink it. You could also drink gravy. Yeah, but why do I get the feeling you drink the gravy for free? Probably would. Actually, that reminds me. At Christmas, for the roast beef, my brother was, you know, he was making some gravy, and my mom told him that you need to get in there and stir quickly. You need to get in there quickly and start stirring the gravy. I was like, I know. Just saying, you have to be careful because otherwise uh, it won't thicken properly. It's like I know. Like 10 minutes later, well, I screwed up the gravy. The gravy turned out to be an au jus instead. He didn't get it thickened up properly. In his defense, though, what happened was he put the gravy on and the fire alarm went off. So like he ended up having to step away from the gravy for a minute to try to like get the blow the smoke away from the fire alarm, and that's probably what did it. Beef broth. Like I said, it was an au jus. Just add more flour. He did try to add like a little bit of I think it was flour. It was flour or something else. He did try to add a little bit of something to thicken it up a little bit, but it didn't really work. French onion soup is your favorite? It's just funny because it's like, I know what I'm doing. I'm not gonna screw it up. And then a few days later, well, I screwed it up. Mom told him. Like I said, in his defense, it was like the fire alarm sort of threw everything off. because he had to deal with that really quickly. So he screwed up. It is. At least from what I can gather. From what I understand from that particular interaction, it is easy to screw up. Oh, also, hello, Trial fan. Blue cheese dip with my hot wings yesterday went so well together. Cool, cool, cool. What was I doing with throw list? I was sitting in the kitchen. The kitchen's not large. Um, so yeah, I was just sitting on the couch. Once I did sort of take over the duties on trying to blow away the smoke from the fire alarm. Find out that you're behind. Yeah, that sucks. Pause. Maybe I'm just ahead. Yeah, that's the issue. I'm just too far ahead of you. No, not yet. Just have to remember to check it. What do I need to do today? Nothing. Not even your mom. Yeah, basically the same thing I did yesterday. Yeah, not a goddamn thing. What foods are you planning to make with? Popcorn. I mean, what else do you need? I don't know. Part of it will depend a little bit, like nachos, nachos, meatballs. Part of it will depend on, once I get once I have some money coming in, then I'll be able to get more stuff. I'll be able to buy more food. So at that point, I can start. I can start buying more food for microwaving. Well, that's going to depend on a job that. No, no. When I got that job a couple months ago, I told them, "Hey, I got a job, so I'm not going to need the help anymore." And then when it turned out the hours were fucking garbage, I never ended up getting back in touch and be like, hey, so turns out. I know I should. Not exactly seasonal. Like, it's not exactly seasonal work. It's just. Um, Probably giving more details than I really should here, but it's like charity lotteries. Like I'm doing like calls for like I'm doing calls for charity lotteries, and sort of letting people know, hey, deadline for the bonus draw is coming up. Do you want to buy your tickets now so you can be entered into the bonus draw? That sort of thing. Hey, Glasgow. So it depends on when draws are happening. Yeah, like over the Christmas, over for most of December, draws aren't happening, so they're not really. They don't need as many people, there to take purchases. But jobs are going to take jobs from humans, and not because they're good. Because the AI systems are terrible. They're genuinely bad at what they're supposed to do. Job outside the home. I would prefer work from home, but yeah, like AI is not good at fucking anything. It's terrible, and I'm not sure it's actually really cheaper. The advantage of using AI from an employer standpoint, the advantage of AI is it can't complain. It can't demand higher pay. It can't demand better benefits. It's all about control. Not completely sure, actually. nice Christmas gifts. Yeah, microwave. One thing that does kind of like piss me off. So all those fucking AI grifter people, Sam Altman and all those other grifter tech bros. Like, oh, AI, people won't even need to work anymore. People won't even need to do jobs anymore. It's like, yeah. So yeah, so are you going to be putting forward the money for UBI? Might have knocking your door. No, they don't really come upstairs. Uh, they're old enough that stairs are tough for them. Hey, Anastasia. But yeah, anytime some tech bro is like, the automation, people won't need to work anymore. Anytime somebody says that, the immediate follow-up question from any journalist should be, so when are you going to start lobbying for universal basic income? Amazon deliveries are slower than ever. Something's drones dropped off my Amazon delivery. That's the immediate instinctive question. Automatic. That's the immediate automatic question that should just be asked right away. So when are you going to lobby for universal basic income? You're saying you're saying with AI people won't need to work? We live in a fucking capitalist society, dickwad. People need jobs to fucking survive. People aren't working for the fucking fun of it. They work because because it's the only way to survive. So when the fuck are you going to start doing something about that? You piece of shit. UPS laid off 46,000 people. Yep. Think people working from home is the catalyst for all this? No. It probably didn't help matters. But no, I don't think the people working from home was a big part of it. It's just you know advances in technology. Back to the jizz talk. Jizz talk. Yeah, and it's just advances in technology combined with capitalism being fucking evil. Anywho, though. Everything sucks. So how's everybody? Dish filter clean. Nice, nice, nice. Sleepy, dopey. Working bomb is that enormous effect? Awesome flex my top. I mean that probably. Like it has, yeah, it probably had, like it has, had effects. It's affected people's mental health. It's affected other shit. There's definitely people there's definitely been effects from working from home. I just don't think that it's the reason why AI is being pushed. It's just fucked. Indeed, it is. Hey, Jummit. Long life and doing anything that can solve a problem at work can exactly. That's what I was saying earlier. Like it doesn't actually work. And I don't think it's actually cheaper for them. It's just, it's a control thing. A lot of it isn't actually AI, mostly glorified the Google searches. Yeah. Yeah, and a lot of it, a fair amount of it is. Hey, Catherine. A fair amount of it is actually like, oh, good night, Glasgow. Um, yeah, a fair amount of it is like underpaid workers in like India. Fair amount of AI is actually just underpaid workers in other countries. It is just Mechanical Turk. A fair amount of AI is just mechanical Turks. Or AI. Like that was standing for later. Yeah, I mean, it's certainly not my observation. Hey, Barbie. Barbie. I wonder how am I get to trying that thing. Yeah, I'm because here's the thing. Even like the stuff that's actually like large language models, even the stuff that is like that is actually computers. It's not actually designed to give correct answers. It is a glorified autocomplete. It's predictive modeling. It's not designed to give correct information. It is designed to create statements that take the form of an answer. I can go on my phone with AI until my kids point it out. Here's AI. Well, I mean that's different. Like playing against a computer. That goes back decades. But yeah, like I said, what large language models do is it's just predictive text. Hey, Hammerhead. Like if you ask it, like it's why if you ask, hey Christina, how many R's in the word strawberry? It'll give a wrong answer. Let's call it Alice, and you can call me Al. Yeah, I can't sew. But yeah, so like it's that's I mean like that's been tested before. And it gets goes viral and it gets patched. But I'm not sure who you are, Hammerhead. Thanks, thanks, Christina. Yeah, that used to be a thing. Like how many letters or how many R's in the word strawberry, and it would give a wrong answer because it's not actually designed to give like it's not actually programmed in a way that allows it to actually find a correct answer. It is what word is most likely to follow. I didn't block you. What? Yeah, I did. I did not block you, Val. Hi, Val. Had some shrimp fried rice. I was on another screen, so your comment. I was on another screen, so I didn't see your comment before you retracted it. But I do see you retracted a comment. So I haven't had dinner yet. I always eat after my stream. Apology accepted, by the way. I just YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is sometimes weird. Since Wellstar say, well, I've been chatting and no continue. Yeah, YouTube sometimes is really fucking weird. With people's comments just for some reason just be like, no, I don't want your comments going through right now. Do you know what you're having? I do know what I'm having for dinner. Buttercup, care to field this? I know how much you love answering that question. Rice, half onion, half green pepper, sweet and sour sauce. Yep. Exactly. And no, Chantel, I never modded Chantel. Bigger needle, larger holes, less poking. Oh, you love leather stitching? So much easier. So used to typing it by now. Eat that every night. Yep. Yep, that is what I have every night. Except for Saturdays when I do my groceries. Saturdays I do groceries and I get something from the hot food counter. No, those are not Funko Pops. Those are just plushies. These are plushies. This is Cove. This is Jekka. This is Fang. They say if I didn't have to cook for my children. Yeah, I mean, honestly, what it comes down to, it's cheap. Sounds filling. I mean, it is actually also filling. Like, it is also filling. And, you know, it does taste pretty good. I do have a few Funko Pops. They're just in a box. Trying to remember the Funkos I've got. Sailor Mercury, Ms. Marvel, Agent Carter, Spider-Gwen, a weird Thanos one from like some weird ass miniseries that I never read. Um, and yeah, I don't really get much protein in my diet, unfortunately. Just your dad's jizz. What else? What things are talking about? It's from like some weird like monster mini series. Is like oh, cup of it. I gotta pee. I'll be back in a minute. It's so cute. I don't think I even ended up put that one. Yeah, never even took this one out of the box. Yeah, the Thanos one. Mech Strike Monster Hunters. Yeah, this is the Thanos one that I've got. Which everybody has that one. It's so cute. You say so. Ever tried medication for your mental health? I did briefly. I honestly did not like the way it was making me feel. I also did not like the idea of having to go back over and over and over and over, explaining to a different doctor each time. Because I like only way like only option is clinic. Walk-in clinic. The only option for me to get a prescription was walk-in clinic, which means every time I'm talking to different doctor or a doctor who has no memory of me. Resin channel drama. Those women are way more vicious than GW. Peeping Tom hole. Resin channel. Resin as in like. For like painting. Resin for like resin art. So it was art. That's funny. That's funny that I'm honestly like niche community drama is like the most intense drama. Knitting community is wild, right? Reminds me of something I saw something I saw like a month or two ago on. It's posted on Blue Sky, but it came from Reddit. Originally came from Reddit. Just I saw it on Blue Sky. Somebody posted to a um, knitting Reddit asking for help, and like posted some pictures of what they're trying to knit, and it genuinely broke the brains of the people in that community. YouTube super wants to manage behaviorally. Away from the needle points people. It's getting dangerous out here. Damn it, I'm trying to find the thing. I can't. I want to see if I can find the thing because it is hilarious. Got noodle arms today. It's not helping. Killed her treadmill yesterday. Well, that sucks. And order a new one. Upset as most people want there be a coat hanger. I outran mine. Come on. Wish I could find it, damn it. Because, yeah, it's one of those things, like, where, like, legitimately, like, the people in the, like, on Reddit could not figure out what the hell the person was doing. They just could not figure out how it had happened. It was just definitely a compliment. Like I think one person described it as like taking it apart but making progress is they genuinely could not figure out how is that possible? Like they could not figure out how it was possible. Like what the first was like they couldn't figure out how it was physically possible to do it. They needed video. They're like, please post video so we can see what you're actually doing because this is not how knitting works. They somehow managed to person somehow managed to discover a completely unknown knitting technique. Just created a completely new knitting technique of sheer incompetence. Anyway, in this case, it was not functional. Like they were asking, like, what am I doing wrong? And like everyone was like, I don't even know what you're doing wrong. It was absolutely not functional at all. You're not functional right now. Whomst among us is. Water. Hey, Scout. Can you please say "whomst" out loud 10 times? Ah, yes. Tylenol time. Buttercup, you've really been slacking, Buttercup. Quads are blown out. Legs useless. Yes. That's rough. Let's try to plug in my microwave. Not totally. Not totally there. Correlation there. Yeah, it does reach. Oh, and I went. Oh, I missed it. Okay, I missed it at that point. I apologize, Buttercup. Hey, Aper. I apologize. I was. So now I just need something to microwave. And then I get to find out. Assume that's true. And then I get to find out if it'll blow my fuse in my room. Yeah, this Sunday we got trivia this Sunday. Jeez, I'm not microwaving cheese. Popcorn needs extra butter. Then I'd have to wash a bowl though. Like I'd have to put the popcorn into a bowl and then I'd have to wash that bowl. And I am pretty lazy. That's what I do. Just out of the bag. No need to dirty a bowl. Bowls are if you want to share popcorn. That's what a bowl is for. If you want to share the popcorn, then you get a bowl. You put in a bowl. But if you're just eating the popcorn just by yourself, fuck it. Orville Redenbacher movie theater popcorn's best. Need a caretaker to get you on your feet. Probably. Like smart food popcorn. I miss popcorn too. I haven't had popcorn in a long time. Put the butter in the bag, hold it closed, shake the shit out of it, add salt and repeat, then eat. Well, no, you put it in the bag and it's just gonna leak through the bag. Those bags, I don't know, like I don't. I feel like those bags aren't great for liquids, you know? Because if you're melting the butter, then it's a liquid. Dog eats popcorn if there's butter, but spits it out if no butter. That's funny. Cheddar cheese batter. Eh. I don't go for that. Smells like farts. Pizza and jalapeno cheddar popcorn. Make yourself sick with secondhand chicken. Secondhand chicken? She didn't mention it. She hasn't mentioned anything about that. Yeah, she didn't mention anything about some sort of secondhand chicken. Don't melt it before you add it. Room temp. Really? Get Orville Redenbacher. I mean, that's what I'll probably do is just get some Orville Redenbacher. Leave butter out of the fridge. I mean, I could, yeah. I don't have a drawer to put it in. Sure as hell wouldn't want to do it in shelf stable for 2 months. Don't really have a good shelf either. Like I don't really like. I wouldn't really have anywhere to put it. It would just have to be sitting on a fucking table. That's sort of the one issue I'm gonna, I run into with it. I don't actually have a. She boiled an old rotisserie chicken. You don't have like a drawer or shelf, like the cupboard. It would just be sitting out. What kind of trivia? Yeah, we'll find out. We'll see. I could get like a dish actually. I get like a buttered dish to put it in. That would be the way to do it. If I do decide to start getting butter, say for I have a mini fridge. So I keep my onions, my green peppers, my sweet and sour sauce, my sodas. Cheese. And the butter dish and counter. Yeah, it's what I'd have to do. Like it's not a huge fridge. It's like, well, doing this tells you nothing. I don't know, maybe probably about 3 feet tall. Maybe a little under 2 feet. Long and wide. To plug my mini fridge and freezer back in, they're definitely a challenge to work with. Hey, Boop. I'm not good at estimating sizes. I must confess, I'm not actually what I need to estimate. I've got a. I never did bring back my mom's tape measure. It's 31 inches tall. That's 16. I'm at 18. So. Yeah. So I guess it's a little under 3 feet tall. Three months of meal prep. I needed the storage. So yeah, it's about. It's a little over 30 inches tall. About, what did I say? Like 18 wide, 19 or 16 long. So. Not too big. Which is actually another complication, like with the idea of me doing like microwave dinners. How many shelves? 3. Like there's the bottom, then shelf, then like a very like yeah. So there's like the bottom, which is sort of pretty short, and then a shelf that's fairly tall, and then another shelf that's fairly short again, and then there's like a mini freezer, tiny freezer, maybe even smaller by the fact that it's kind of packed full of ice. I would really need to break the ice apart to be able to fit anything in there. Size of a hotel fridge, I guess so. Or maybe a little bit bigger than a hotel fridge, but go to the store twice weekly. I don't want to go to the store twice weekly. That's for your way to de-ice and clean the mini freezer. Hey, Prairie. Mini fridge in my bedroom for 2 years now. Had several surgeries on my feet and live in a tin house. That sounds like it's probably a very useful investment then. With defrosting? Yeah. Pop your largest towel in there and unplug for about 30 hours. Throw a towel in the washer. I mean, Canadian Girl! For your first box of popcorn. Thank you for $6.99, Canadian Girl. The problem is I can't really, like, I have stuff, like, there's stuff I like to keep in my fridge. Unplugging it for 30 hours, like my, I've got stuff in there. I've got my cheese in there. I've got cheese in the fridge. What's this way? Yeah. Do it day before grocery day or. Yeah. I don't know. I might not actually. I probably won't actually bother doing anything. I probably won't even bother with the fridge, honestly, or with the freezer. Like I said, it's very small. Hang your stuff out the window. I mean, it is winter, I suppose. But yeah, like I said, it's like even if I got rid of the ice, it's a really small freezer. Cooled a lot of the large batch stuff I made initially that way. So I didn't kill my fridge. Eh. It's all kind of a moot point until I actually have money coming in, though. So whatever. Heat a bowl of water in the microwave and then put it in the fridge. Steam it thaw. See, that idea sounds doable for me. Shit, is it doable? I don't have. I mean, how hot am I getting the bowl, though? Freezes and then can fit two. Yeah, two Michelinas. Woo! Yeah, don't have a hair dryer. Yeah, I was thinking for the bowl, depending on how hot it is, I might need a you know, just something like oven mitt or something just to handle it, depending on how hot the bowl is. I don't even have a goddamn oven mitt, I don't think. Tea towel. Use paper towels. Use the kitchen towels. My hands are always way, way, way too small for the mitts. Switch the fridge off for a day and let them. Well, like I said, I can't. I don't have winter gloves. I have stuff in the fridge. Like turning the fridge off for a day, I have stuff in there. Strong little monkey paws. I don't really eat sandwiches because I'm weird. And yeah, we're talking about how to defrost the freezer, like my mini freezer. We do get snow, yep. Sandwiches aren't great unless you have the plastic to put on them. Yeah, and I'm just weird. It's just I'm just a weird when it comes to food. I do like burgers. Better be at least a half pound of beef on that bad boy. Yep. Salt, melt ice. So I mean, it's like you need like just throwing table salt into the. I think just throwing table salt into the freezer probably isn't going to do much. I don't think. I do feel like if I just like throw a few handfuls of table salt into the freezer, not really going to make much of a difference. Piss and rain. Better than raining piss. Fair. Scrub a little. I don't really care that much about the mini freezer. It is tiny. Even once it's de-iced, I'd barely be able to fit anything in there. Dissolves your pavement. Again, it's like it's a special type of salt, though. It's not just regular salt. It's yeah, rock salt. It's road salt. Yeah, like for freeze pops anyway. Exactly. 4 is dying while I comb. Like 34 Celsius or Fahrenheit. Dad has used table salt back in the day. Put moss on here as well, make it stick to the road a bit more. Hi, Danger Otter. Ah, Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit, okay. The 34 Fahrenheit. That's right around freezing, right? Like that's like just above freezing, right? Switch to sand here for the roads. . Defrost the floor of walk-in freezer. -28 with fry salt. Can of deodorant and a naked flame will do it. We are talking about my freezer way too much, considering, again, I'm not making enough money to bring anything home to put in the freezer. Guess where I worked? I'm going to go ahead and guess some sort of McDonald's. Some sort of fast food place. 3200. Fahrenheit, the cursed temperature scale. Fire fixed everything, true. Yeah, so here in Southern Ontario, just above freezing. It's not fun, but it's it's fine. It sucks, but it's fine. McFuck, yeah. Mile and a half trek home. I mean, that definitely sucks. But like I said, here in Southern Ontario, I would say like 5 below, like 5 below freezing is when you start getting like 10 below freeze is when you start getting like, oh, this actually starts to hurt. 10 below freezing is like when it actually like is painful. Still manageable at that point, but only barely. 10 below is like still manageable, but only barely. Yeah. -2 right now. It's currently -2 here in Cornwall. I can handle it. I wouldn't like it, but it's fine. Like I said, -10 is when it's like, oh, this is just fucking awful. Like -10 is when it's just like, oh, this is fucking bullshit. It's when you start swearing the whole way home. Like the entire time you're outside. That's when you're just like swearing the whole time you're outside. If the sun is out, -30 is bearable. I don't know, in Canada about the same usually, but you guys don't get these abnormally warm ass days. So -18 and -24. Yeah, I mean it's like -18 to -24 is like that is painful. Like when you get to the like -18, like at that point, it legitimately hurts to be outside. So I've never been to Toronto in the winter. As long as you cover up, it's fine. Even covered up. Like you need a lot of layers for negative 18. You need a lot of layers for it to stop being terrible. Again, I'm pretty sure I have walked home in negative 20. And hated every goddamn step, you know? To work half hour and it felt like negative 40. And yeah, I've done the same thing. Maybe not quite a full half hour. Yeah, maybe. My family lives in Michigan. They had some cyclone winter weather a couple weeks ago. Ice crystals and eyelash gold. Yeah. Yeah, the only reason you're not crying is because it would your tears would freeze and your eyeballs would break. So the only thing keeping you from crying at that point is your eyeballs would freeze over and pop. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that walk. Few different jobs. When I was working at Walmart, um, when I first started working there, their place was about a 20-25 minute walk from where I was living. And what genuinely made that walk worse, there was a long stretch of it that is fucking nothing. Just absolutely nothing there. There's no buildings, no trees. It's just nothing. Absolutely miserable walk. Even in nice weather, it's a shitty walk. It's a shitty spot to walk on along. Even when it's nice, that particular stretch was just a miserable walk. So there was that. After I left Walmart, I worked at a call center, and that one was another 25-minute walk. And also had some pretty bleak stretches. It's down the main street, but that street goes the entire length of Cornwall. And there's definitely some once you get past a certain point, it starts getting pretty dull. Hey, Steffi. Plus, there was an overpass. That particular walk also had an overpass. Just to make it worse. So yeah, like have to sort of go over. You have to like sort of walk up it. And then when I was living in Ottawa, when I moved up to Ottawa, the call center I was working at there, maybe about a 15 to 20 minute walk. Though not as bleak a walk. Plus, I was walking by a library every day. That was kind of nice. You'd be Ubering everywhere. Honestly, I just prefer to walk. Wanted to visit the Ottawa University Library, but they didn't reply to my query. Oh. What I like about walking is that it's my own schedule. I'm not waiting for I'm not having to make sure that I get there like in time for the bus. I'm not having to wait for the cab. Like I'm not waiting on anything. I'm going on my schedule. Best part of hiring a driver, you tell them when to show up. Yeah, walking in winter is always just does just suck. It's just a shitty experience. Walking regularly is great for mental health. Meh. I am leaving, yes. So thanks for watching. Oh, I'm just ending the stream. I always go for 2 hours, and it's at 2 hours now. I'm trying not to laugh. I imagine you won't. I imagine you'll be fine. So good night, everybody.